It's called a promo,
Shut
kid.
your
And
mouth,
if you want to
John.
be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it. So go ahead.
You ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That was good. Glad you finally decided to pull that giant stick out of your butt and have some fun for once in your life.
You're uneducated marks! You sit there on your phones tweeting out your opinions like they're worth a damn. Let me explain something to you people. You don't know shit!
And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's death.
Before we start here, we ran a poll today to see what DVD we're going to put in the PS2, watch up on the DVD screen. We were between Best of the King of the Ring DVD or 2020 Double or Nothing. Those are the two options to vote from. Show the tweet here. As you can see, we got a clear 50-50 cut. We're watching the Greatest Royal Rumble again. Second week in a row we're watching the Greatest Royal Rumble. We didn't finish it.
We didn't. We just watched the Rumble and a little bit beforehand.
As you can see, I got fucking over-the-ear headphones on today, which is more professional, but not how I enjoy doing business. Just forgot my earbuds today.
I blame society.
I blame Mojo Rawley, who is also on the DVD screen up there.
Was that Riddick Moss?
That was...
I miss Riddick Moss. I genuinely miss him.
That's Madcap right there. Alright. You know why we're here. I ain't gotta tell you why we're here. It's the King of the Ring episode. The King and Queen of the Ring episode.
I thought we were going to do a thing on Christian over there sitting on the floor.
No.
Poor guy. You okay? He's fine.
A micro brawler fell, for context. So, leading into this last week, we saw the semifinal matchups and who would advance into today's finals, which today is Saturday. This come out Monday, as always. I get so behind myself.
It'll be a little afterward. It's fine.
Anyway, we also found out this past week that the winners of the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments were going to win world title matches at SummerSlam of their respective choosing, or brand, I assume.
Really good decision by Triple H.
Yeah, I like that. That's something that like the King and Queen of the Ring has never had and needed, though this is only the second Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
Still, the first one's something to sneeze at. It's not nothing to sneeze at. It's absolutely something to sneeze at. Shout out to Zelina, though. She deserved it.
She tried.
Yeah. Xavier Woods and Zelina Vega, they were king and queen in a time when, like, anybody could have been that and been slandered for it. Somebody had to. At least they got to live out their dreams.
I mean, Xavier at least was the moment, and that's what WWE was about, moments.
And
so
I got a little emo today, reliving that moment. On Raw, let's just breeze through the semifinal matchups. On Raw first, we saw Lyra Valkyria get a huge win over Io Sky. And this was an insanely pleasant surprise for me as a Lyra Valkyria fan. I was like, oh, we're actually going all the way.
See, I don't know. I guess I didn't read... Because I read in... As a wrestling fan, I read into all the different possibilities and face, heel, storylines, everything going on.
Even if they're wacky.
I didn't see that coming, like you said. For some reason, it just wasn't on my radar.
With Io Sky being a former women's champion, the former women's champion, it was like almost you almost like expected it just as much as we expected Gunther to go all the way. So that's the next note, of course. Then we saw Gunther solidify his position as the favorite and advancing to the finals over a red-hot Jey Uso. Again, I don't totally agree with him going over Dragunov, but he is that over. Sorry, got distracted. I wanted to see Jey Uso win just a little bit because of the massive upset mixed with how over he is. It would have gotten a huge fucking pop.
Yeah, but from the beginning, this was Gunther's thing to win. I think... the way he's been presented, he can't not win these types of things.
On SmackDown, we see Nia Jax get a big win over Bianca Belair and talk her shit to Lyra, and all I wanted in that moment was to see Lyra get the big win. All I was fucking hoping for in that moment was, please just let Lyra beat her ass.
Yeah, at that point, it was pretty... I saw it coming from a mile away, Nia winning.
Proper heel heat. Is that Daivari on the TV screen? Fucking Daivari, man.
It is.
Man, he's been around a minute. He has been around for a minute.
Yes.
Randy Orton wins his matchup against Tama Tonga as predicted. I mean, you didn't predict it. I predict. We all other.
Okay, so someone had brought up this possibility that we would have Bloodline story continuation with Jay versus Tama.
Stretch.
And I thought it was a possibility. I didn't say it was 100%.
Yeah.
Okay.
The poll we ran 100% was Gunther and Randy Orton. That was
I don't
everybody
know
else's.
how we must follow different people or something because like I saw a couple people throwing it
Yeah.
out.
This is just based off of the Spotify poll that we as a show ran this last
well,
week.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I could give you the I told you so, but I don't think it's necessary here. I think you knew deep down, too, the finals would be this. I think you just said that to be hip, and I respect that. All right.
How dare you?
I'm going to get on to the actual pay-per-view, though. Of course, pre-show happens for the pay-per-view. I have a whole other note on that, but that note doesn't come till the end of the show, so I'll save it.
Okay.
Show a couple tweets from the pre-show. This is my pre-show tweeting. Absolutely a random note here. This is one of the most entertaining WWE pre-shows I've seen. A lot of good video packages and interviews. Not a new formula at all, but the same formula with just a little more substance.
And to that, before you get to the next tweet, before
yeah, you're
that,
good. No rush.
I got up at 10 a.m.
Oh,
I was up at about 9:30 a.m.
Same.
And my brother had already had the TV on. He's like, "It's about to start in 30 minutes." I'm like, "Huh." I don't know how time.
What?
I still don't know how time works, guys.
What?
But I wish I wouldn't have watched that pre-show.
Yeah. Did it drag out for you a little bit?
Yeah, I just wanted to sleep, man.
I got up around the same time you did. I probably got up at 9 a.m. on the dot, closer to 9:15.
I want to say I did a performance the night before, but
Yeah.
you always stay up longer than I do, so that's probably invalid.
That's true. I was up till about 3 getting ready for the show, but that's just like normal schedule for this podcast. But I got up 9:15, drank my coffee, played a couple games on 2K24, had some fun. And then I watched pre-show, and like I said, I got into it. I was like, this is the same fucking formula I've seen over and over, but it's working for some reason now.
It wasn't terrible. Is that Mansoor?
Yep. This is the greatest Royal Rumble on the DVD screen.
Sorry, guys. It's just,
Yeah,
I was like, is that Mansoor? That looks like Mansoor.
We watched that TNA DVD one time, Destination X 2006. We got the most distracted, I think, during episode on that DVD, but this one could beat it out. Because the greatest Royal Rumble is just like an enigma in history to me. So, again, you can't watch it on Peacock. You have to watch this DVD.
What the heck, man?
All right, next tweet. I almost skipped over my next tweet. Next tweet down here. The fact they said WWE has become stale and predictable, then showed a photo of my great uncle. That sucks. They were going off on a thing about Michael Cole was talking about how the WWE for a period of time had become stale and predictable during the Monday Night Wars. They put up a picture of the Goon, and I was like, all right.
I forgot that he said that specific line, but I was watching during that point. So.
When they're bashing your family members,
That's
you remember.
messed up, man.
You remember. All right, women's tag match on the pre-show. JD Bianca beat down on Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. It's like, you don't have to have too much more to that, right?
No, it's just I wish Candice and Indy would get a chance.
I was rooting for them.
This is the second time I think they've been on the pre-show at least.
Yeah.
At least they're on the pre-show, unlike Caden and Katana.
Yeah.
But just completely ran through.
And again, I was rooting for them, but I can root for somebody and understand that this is...
We know this was...
It just, and I didn't think we'd stick on this for even more than 5 seconds, but it does keep pointing out the, like, problem that we have with these titles are just, like, thrown around props. And I honestly thought they might just, I know this is a shocker for them to drop them to Candice and Indy, but I thought they might just drop them based on the fact that Bianca could be legit hurt.
No.
So this was a little bit confusing to me. But at the same time, like, I did not expect them to retain.
I like the tag finisher.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot they had a really cool tag finish.
They didn't hit a single Kiss of Death or Jaded, but they finished with a tag finisher, and I thought it's okay.
All right, actual pay-per-view. We open up the pay-per-view with the Women's World Title match. And yes, Becky Lynch really did wrestle in a full-body, tuxedo-esque, romper-like one-piece suit. I'm going to show a tweet from Prince Devitt here, main event Chris. Nobody. Becky Lynch, WWE King and Queen.
Pulling up as tuxedo mask. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Better
It just,
than fans,
I remember I saw the entrance, I saw her walking out, and I was like, that's badass, but surely she's not about to wrestle in that.
Same. I was like, this doesn't look like wrestling attire. What's
I saw
going
the
on?
zipper and thought, okay, she unzips it, there's another suit under there, like a wrestling attire suit.
That would have been a tight fit though, because you see how tight that
Yeah.
it already was.
Yeah.
Damn.
So she wrestled in the romper tuxedo pantsuit thing. Dominic Mysterio comes out to cost Liv Morgan the win. Ended up being the reason she won the title. Mommy's not happy. I'm not happy about this one myself, man.
Yeah.
We'll put this other tweet at the bottom while we discuss this. So, oh man, we'll never hear the end of it from all the Liv Morgan stands online now.
Okay, I get it, and I've seen the
Go
back and
ham.
forth. This is terrible, guys. You guys be better. I wanted Liv Morgan to win this. I'm not as bad as you guys. I'm not the Liv Morgan stan. I just think.
Pissed me off as much as this. Not nearly as much as this. Continue your thought.
But she deserves a title run that's not marred by Ronda Rousey. Okay? We'll see how long she actually gets, because I'm going to tell you right now, Becky, Rhea, Liv, that's your entire title picture for the next 3 to 4 months.
I texted you earlier today. I was like, or alternative option, we just put Ivy Nile in the title picture. We put.
I mean,
the
she'll
title
probably
on her.
be beaten by Liv somewhere in there.
Oh man! All right, let's go to our IC title match here. That was up next. Sammy got the Saudi reception that we anticipated he would get. Bronson Reed looked dominant like we knew he would as well. No complaints on a good triple threat, as most of them are usually always solid. Think something about the 3-man dynamic always works well. Like,
Yeah.
it's like triple threats genuinely always go hard for some reason. You have to suck to be in a bad triple threat.
That's fair.
Otis was supposed to help Gable, but instead screws him out of a win and takes him out. Was it accidental or intentional? New segment here. Accidental or intentional? Who's to really say? But Sammy gets the win. What do you think? Intentional? I think it's intentional.
I don't know how they're going to play it off. But what I do know is that Chad's going to get this close and Otis is going to cost him.
I want to show off my shirt. Shout out to Four Sides of the Ring for the sick care package. This is fucking sick. I've always wanted this shirt. All right. Yeah, I love that. Here's a text between us. All right. Let's go. What if Bronson Reed pulls an upset win right now? This crowd would be pissed. Sammy losing at all would piss the crowd off. Liv winning pissed me off. Not actually pissed, but I don't love it. I think it's better than Becky just feuding with random people until Rhea comes back. I have to decode your message there, but it's easy.
Sorry, it's hard for me to text sometimes, guys.
I hope Lyra wins it at SummerSlam. I believe. I mean, again, if Becky could have just retained and we had the rematch between Becky and Lyra, that would be solid.
That would have been amazing, too, yeah.
Oh, yeah, this is what I was just saying. This is the text we had. That whole picture is going to revolve around Becky, Liv, and Rhea for a good 3-4 months. Ivy Nile getting her hands on it is an alternative option. That should have been up with the other thing. I'll probably, when I edit it, put it up with the other
It's
segment.
not an option, though. We all know it's going to
Yeah.
go.
Next, get to the moment I was so anxious for. Lyra and Nia. Nia Jax. Queen of the Ring finals. It was like, my heart was fucking pounding. I got a little tweet here that says that.
See, yeah, and see, the thing about me, for this, it wasn't about Lyra winning, because I knew she wasn't going to win.
I
It
had
was
hope.
about her swimming, because they threw her in the deep end. 2 weeks into her tenure on the main
Dude,
roster.
no joke. Yeah,
Immediately,
no joke.
Pay-per-view, a pretty big spot on that pay-per-view, too. Like, damn. I have a feeling it has something to do with Becky. I have a feeling Becky went to bat for her.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, that's fair. When's the last time I hit one of those? I say them all the time in real everyday life, day-to-day life, but when's the last time I said that on a show?
It's been 1 week.
Oh my gosh, I would have been so upset if you kept going with that. All right, Wade said David Goliath, Lyra has to win it. Because I said it to you, I said maybe there's a David Goliath dynamic here and that's why she's going to win. Bet you $5 she doesn't. I have a rule on gambling on things I'm emotionally invested in. And I told you that. Yeah, I'll tell you on this show. I'll tell you why. 6th grade. You remember a guy named Adrian Ochoa?
Oh, Lord. Yes.
You remember Adrian Ochoa?
I think I remember this story now.
Yeah, this was the last year that the Chicago Bears went to the Super Bowl, and I was a huge Devin Hester fan. I mean, the Bears have been my team since the day I was born. So this was a really big moment for me, and I was so confident that the Bears could win the Super Bowl. I bet him $5, another $5 here, that they would win, and he bet $5 the Colts would win, and I still think that that's the reason why they lost. Had I not bet on that game, I think the Bears would be 2-time Super Bowl champions.
You know, I get that, and I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like, if I bet this, then she's definitely not going to win.
Exactly.
But I was like,
Exactly. She unfortunately does not, which isn't surprising. She's still got a big future ahead of her. She's got a huge future ahead of her.
Like I said, she didn't sink. That's the main thing right there. She did really good.
Yeah. In fact, I would say she flew.
Ah.
Sorry, I got ahead of myself. I was starting to read the other note. So, another subject we've been talking about leading up to this too that kind of makes this a little bit more like bittersweet, because of course who we wanted to win didn't win, but we've been talking about Nia Jax since she came back from this return. She's looked a lot better. Those knee surgeries did a number for her health.
Not only that, but it's just she's, you know, the stigma she's always had about hurting people in the ring. Like, you haven't heard any reports of that anymore. Either they're kept it under wraps, or she actually has gotten better in the ring to where she's not hurting people.
It looks that way.
It does. It definitely does. She looks like, just get her better promos, guys.
Amen. That I'll never be able to digest. But this is kind of a direction that was inevitable for her. And I can't say in a truthful manner, like, I think she does by all means deserve it. She does deserve that.
Does she beat Bayley?
This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun because I don't know. I can't see Bayley retaining out of that. But at the same time, that's my gal. I got to root for her.
I don't want to root against Bayley. I don't.
I could see Nia Jax winning a title at SummerSlam. I really can.
It feels like Bayley's reign has, again, just been there.
Prepare yourselves for it, guys. It's coming. Nia Jax WWE Women's title reign is coming. I just hope she doesn't cry like she did at WrestleMania. Again, I'm not trying to be mean, but this is a really mean thing I'm about to say, so please forgive me for my bluntness. When she won the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania 34? I think it was 34. You can fact check me if I'm wrong. I don't mind being proven wrong. When she won the Raw Women's title and cried her eyes out, it was the ugliest cry I've seen in a ring. Like, there's being emotional after you win a title, and then there's Nia Jax winning the Raw Women's title at WrestleMania.
It's funny because I remember talking to someone the other day, and I was like, "Has Nia ever won a title?"
Yeah.
Apparently she has.
Yeah. It was a good WrestleMania. People don't agree with me that was a good WrestleMania, but I stand by it.
That's fair.
So, all right. Next up is the King of the Ring Finals, which activated my next tweet. I find it odd that neither the King or Queen of the Ring Finals matches would main event the pay-per-view called King and Queen of the Ring.
I knew it wouldn't, and I was thinking similar thing, but at the same time, like, and I know why they didn't for sure now. Given the results of both of them, you want to send the people home happy.
Fair. Didn't send me home happy, but we'll get to that in a second. Someone, and also before I just breeze past it too, somebody responded to me on Twitter. I don't remember who, and I won't go back to look right now because I'm too busy. Somebody responded like they never really do that. They didn't do it in the 90s. They're like, implying that I was stating that that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they always do. Not at all. I'm making the statement that that's what they should be doing and should have been doing. And if Twitter was around in the 90s, I'm pretty sure I would be making the same complaint. I just feel like, again, you can't name a pay-per-view King or Queen of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring.
And not main event with one of them.
Yeah, especially the King of the Ring. That's not a sexist statement either. It's just
would it be better
longevity
to have 3 main events?
Yes.
Shots fired.
They're all main events. The whole show is a main event when you only have 5 matches on the card. All right. Regardless of its position on the card, though, it's the finals. It's happening right here. I expected a solid and technically sound match. Pure wrestling at a fluid pace. Maybe not Orton's cleanest wrestling, but his half-ass wrestling is still better and levels ahead of like a lot of people's regular normal. So, good match, of course. You can't really complain. It does meet the expectation. Gunther can wrestle a fucking plank of wood.
Yeah.
and he'd get it
It's
over.
like Gunther and Dragunov are those
The
two
crowd
guys.
would be mad at him and love that wood.
Yes. Let's go.
The crowd certainly was way behind Orton in this match. I really
yeah.
kept bouncing back and forth during this and leading up to this, like trying to think of what direction each man goes if they win the match. It starts to make sense how Randy could win going on to face Cody at SummerSlam.
See, I thought the same thing, and like I thought the Gunther direction was it was way too convoluted to go through with that.
Yeah.
Because you have Damian, then you have Drew and CM Punk, and you're thinking, okay, Drew's gonna win that title at Clash at the Castle.
Spoiler alert, you're onto a note that's three notes ahead, but
Yeah, I know, but even before that, we figured that was gonna happen eventually.
Yeah.
And then go on to face CM Punk with the title on the line because that's what we're leading to. But we have few little wrenches in there now.
yeah, I mean Gunther, however, was the heavy favorite the whole time.
Yeah.
What we did not expect to see was Randy be pinned without his shoulders being down at all.
Yeah.
And that's the big takeaway here. Here's another tweet while we get into this. Whoa! His shoulders were not down. Far from it. Nah. I was fucking pissed when I saw that. There's a lot of people. Here's another one from Sean Ross. He was like, no. Everybody said no. It's fucking irritating. As controversial as it was, we're here. We're on. We're moving on. Gunther's the king of the ring. You can't... My thing is, I feel like you have to correct it. Like the Royal Rumble.
You kind of do, yeah.
Think about that Royal Rumble Batista and John Cena botch.
Yeah,
They said
they could have just kept the match going, and then like Gunther hit him with the last symphony, and then pin him.
a quick restart and roll up will fix everything. It's not the best. It doesn't make everyone happy, but it gets the job done.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I'm not... That's the thing. Like, moving on from this, can we even consider him a legit king of the ring now? Because it certainly has an asterisk to it. For the rest of... Think about this. Think about this statement. For the rest of Gunther's career, the 2024 King of the Ring win will have an asterisk next to it. And that sucks. He deserves to have a clean win.
What if... this doesn't look like it, but what if this was the point the whole time? And we're being played?
Then we're all smarter than they are. I can't see how that would make
Yeah, that's what I was
anybody's
saying. Like,
day.
It's not likely, but like...
No, Gunther doesn't deserve to have an
He's
asterisk
not,
next
no.
to that win, and he's going to because we didn't want to take 30 seconds to correct it. I don't know what that means for the future. What you spoiled, it's okay. Wasn't a big spoil. Triple H announces Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest for Clash of the Castle. Is Drew winning the title back? Was the question I have.
So now, before, when Gunther wasn't in this picture, I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, and then him and Punk, right? The way this feud has been built, I almost think you don't need the title.
It's fair.
That and
Two, that's
Gunther
fair.
losing after this, I don't know. I wouldn't do that. So you have Drew take the title from Damian and then go on to face Gunther at SummerSlam. I'm sorry, Drew deserves a title and a better title reign, but Gunther has to win that.
Yeah. Fair enough. Someone else pointed it out too. I mean, where you're kind of thinking leads this direction. You have Drew face Damian and go on to win the title. You have a heel versus heel at SummerSlam. Unless you turn Drew. Drew's turning face and heel so often. And again, like your point kind of leads directly into that, is that this, no matter where it goes, is kind of going to have some sort of stigma to it somewhere. And
I mean, I can tell you how I can tell you how you protect people in this. How you protect Drew, and that's just by having CM Punk screw him over.
And I feel so bad for him if that's the case. Because, again, 2 times at Clash of the Castle, he's supposed to have this big moment.
And he just signed a huge contract.
Oh. I'm going to cry my eyes out if that's the case. I don't even love this man that much. He's not even on the top 100, I don't think. I don't think when I wrote down my 100 wrestlers to pick a favorite from, he made it. And that's not a knock at him. He's an amazing talent. It's just there's a lot of good wrestlers that I like.
Yeah.
A lot that match my personality. You got to feel for that man, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Sorry, my
Dude,
boy.
he's the unchosen one is what he is. All right, main event time, even though Jey Uso was nowhere to be seen during this. Almost thought about ditching this match completely and replacing it with a Wrestling in the Middle World title match, but in the spirit of professionalism,
That's fair.
I endured. Logan looked like a really bad Green Lantern cosplay. There's a note for you. Cody looked like the WWE champion, so that's
It's funny
That's a
because
good
my
thing.
friend was like, "This is the best Logan Paul outfit so far,"
ugh.
and I'm like,
Did the Green Lantern disjustice. I don't even think he was trying to knock off the Green Lantern. It just looked like it. If you move his headband down too over the eyes, spot. All right. Solid match, which isn't actually surprising. I wasn't surprised to think that it was going to be a good match. Just not invigorating to me personally. Even the cool table spot didn't get me past the disdain I have. That
Damn.
table spot, camera work, awesome. I saw it and felt nothing. Because, again,
That's crazy. I mean, I get it. I get it hating someone that much, but like
Yeah.
that
small.
spot was the spot where I was like, all right,
camera
okay.
work was phenomenal.
Camera work, like just the fact that he hit it, spot on. Like no off this much, off that much, no. Spot
This
on.
is how deep it goes. Ricochet could have hit that spot, and I would have been over on him. Fucking Dijak. I know this is random and like it wouldn't happen, but just to make a point, Dijak could hit that spot, and I'd be like, dude, Dijak did it tonight. That's how far the disdain actually goes. That's how deep down this goes for me.
Did you see that Dijak sign?
No.
There was a Dijak sign. That's what I sent
There's
you.
always like one random Dijak
I
sign.
know, like someone's like a super Dijak fan.
Yeah.
And he's on the main roster now.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing, but
Second time he's on the main roster, and we don't know what he's doing. Fun facts. Was there any part of you that thought that maybe Cody wasn't going to retain the title? It's like, I just got to know.
no.
I was like, I want to know if anybody thought Logan Paul was walking out of here with the title. I'll tell you this much. I thought maybe he was going to show up, and this segment wouldn't have happened if he did.
Thank God. I will say, there was a part of me that was like, okay, where do we go from here? And I was thinking, like, do we do Logan Paul? I mean, because obviously SummerSlam, Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah.
Logan Paul again? And then I was like, wait. And then I remembered Clash at the Castle. Do we do Logan Paul 3 times?
Please no.
Let's not.
Just be grateful that he didn't have his little buddy show up and ruin it. Because, again, we would have a 20-minute episode if that were the case. We wouldn't have made it this far. Now we're at the part where it's my final thoughts. I'm sure you got a couple of your own. We'll try to keep them within a 30-minute time limit. But my final thoughts, why was the pre-show 2 hours
Yes.
even and the main show was 2 hours and 53 minutes?
Yes. 2 hours. I woke up early I'm sorry. I know everything that's going on. Okay, I get it. People who might be, tuning in for maybe the first time in months or whatever, they need it. Sure. I don't need it. Why did I wake up? This is a me thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shitting on my past self right now. Why did you wake up at 9? I woke up pretty much at 9 o'clock. And watch that show at 10 when you could have been asleep or working on anything else. Besides that, it was an okay show.
Yeah, I rated a 3-star pay-per-view.
I would probably say the same. And I think on the way here, I was telling you, for me, and I forgot Backlash, I don't know what that says about me, but it's like, besides like the main pay-per-views during the Triple H era,
Yeah.
most of them are okay. But I will say during the Vince McMahon era, a lot of them were terrible. I hated it. I did not want to be there.
Some of them, yeah.
But
A good amount of them.
But it's now consistently okay, and then the big ones are like, oh shit, let's go!
Until you've sat through 2011 Capital Punishment, you don't know bad pay-per-views. That's my opinion.
Sounds like a future through the table.
Oh, man, don't get me excited. We got good through the tables coming. Our greatest Royal Rumble one is coming. Just because we're watching the DVD doesn't mean we haven't recorded that episode. Just saving it in the pile. What's another one? Because we're doing one today, but it's our first sponsored through the table. First sponsored through the table.
Go!
When I started that show, I said this show isn't going to be sponsored. It's unfiltered, blah, blah, blah. But shout out to our boy Zach at Retro Hall. We can give him a shout out on this episode before give him a shout out on
I don't know what I'm doing.
our Through the Table. So, you're the king. You're the king of the ring now. There's no asterisk. You don't have asterisks, so you have to make somebody king with the asterisks.
I've been up all night. me, I'll keep it going. Catching flight after flight, hit me up in the morning. Wanna stay by my side.